A couple of weeks back, the whole country was absolutely buzzing with the headlines and clips of Ed Sheeran popping up at the Fla in Wexford. Well, we were right there on the day, sat down with him for a chat about his brand new album Play, which drops this Friday. He's one of the biggest artists on the planet, and here's what went down when Ed Sheeran met the two Johnnies.
I love being here. This is it's my first Fla as well. Like I've never been. I never even came to one as a kid. So.
Oh yeah, we have to ask. Out of all the places to do a pop-up gig, Wexford Fla.
Yeah,
it's absolutely insane. Have you seen outside?
Yeah. Do you know,
I think the word is out.
But I think for me, I constantly just want to be doing things new.
Yes.
For me, like rather than just doing the same thing over and over and over again. I want to be doing things for the first time as a 34-year-old. You know. Thanks for having me on, by the way.
Oh no, Jesus, Ash, look, it's an every day we meet Ed Sheeran, you know. So like. Why Wexford? Your family's from Wexford?
Yeah, my family's from Galway, in Wexford. They're sort of spread all over the shop now. Like the bunch are in Cork, bunch are in Dublin, bunch are in Galway. But yeah, it's I feel like here as well. Like as I said, it's like I have never been to one of these before. So.
And you brought the trad in. Where, and you had Bioga playing with you and Galway Girl and all that. Like, where did that come about?
Through Foy Vance. Played me Bioga when I toured with Foy throughout like 2012, 13, 14 and 15. He was on tour with me, and then he played me a Bioga song. And then I got them down originally for Nancy Mulligan.
Yes.
Which, so they played on that. And then whilst they were in the studio, they have a song called Minute 5. On their album, I think it's called How to Tune a Fish, and that is the riff from Galway Girl. So I was like, can we use that riff? I love that riff. Can we use that riff in a song? And yeah, that's where that came from. But they're kind of like touring with me now. They're Bioga on pretty much the tour the whole of next year and the whole of the year after, and we're doing the pub pop-ups wherever we go and stuff. It's been really fun.
And on Galway Girl, like you were aware there was another song called Galway Girl.
Yeah. Have you not seen the footage of me writing it? Where I'm like, there's another song. And we tried Sligo Girl, we tried Derry Girl, we tried Portlaoise Girl.
And Portlaoise Girl wouldn't have
never taken off.
Yeah, I know there was.
At the time, I was in a wedding band, and all the wedding DJs were just having heart attacks. They kept playing the wrong one.
I mean, what I do when I play live is I start with the Steve Earle version and then go into mine. So it kind of like you get a sort of double whammy. That song's so fucking polarizing anyway. Like, people
love it or hate.
Yeah. There's no one in the middle with that song. There's no one like, it's all right. It's like people definitely have an opinion on that. But it brings a lot of joy. What I love about it as well is it's sort of I meet kids now that have like got into the trad that wouldn't have been into trad by listening to that song. So it is kind of like a gateway to much more like wonderful music to discover, I think.
It was massive here in Ireland. How did it go down in the UK?
Yeah, pretty big in the UK. I mean, it's pretty much everywhere that song kind of works. It's just a happy, upbeat song, isn't it? Yeah.
It's hard to be in a bad mood listening to it.
Yeah, I think there'd be some people that would be in a bad mood listening to it.
What are you listening to yourself now?
I was just saying, because we brought Amble down here today. That was like the last record that I was really got into. Yeah. And then I was listening to Moncrief this morning.
Yes, Chris, we know him.
So I'm kind of like I have a healthy balance of like new music and old music. I worked with Elton John on a Christmas song a few years ago, and at his house he has this like amazing vinyl room, and he gets the new releases every single week, and so he listens to all the new artists. So I've started now doing that. I basically signed up to his guy Chris at Rough Trade, and whatever Elton gets, I get. And so I'm listening to all the. I'll give anything a chance. Yeah. So I'm listening to a lot of music, and there's some duds in there, and there's some amazing stuff in there. So
but is that to keep yourself sharp for your own musical development, or just out of interest? Or?
I wouldn't even say for my own thing. It's more just like I lost touch with the excitement of it, and I think going to there's a pub. It's called Aaron Rowe, who's come down with me today. Who just from gigging in pubs again, like going back, I sort of like found out about him, and I think you just get excited about new artists coming through because they're having the moment, and it's the excitement. It's fun to watch.
So he's got some voice, man,
and he's such a nice guy, and it's just fun being around that and watching it happen,
Yeah. Well, other than that, what's going on? How's life?
Good, actually. I'm just about to move to America. I feel like I might be the only person moving to America.
Yeah. Are you properly going?
Yeah. Well, I'm going on tour there for a while. So I have a family, so I can't like dip in and out. We're going and settling there.
We heard you had a pub in your house in the UK. This was one that intrigued
I've actually
us.
got a couple now.
You've got a couple?
Yeah, I built one at the studio as well.
Nice.
Just in case.
Why not?
Just in case, yeah.
And do you keep it tapped up, ready to rock?
It's always tapped up, ready to rock.
That is
and
class.
Then, it's you never know. You never know when someone's going to come around and want.
I love that. Even on a Tuesday, there's the chance that you might break out in a session with Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, and you know what? It happens. and it can really get away as well. The night can really get away with you. Yeah, I think it's nice for me. People always look at stuff like that in my lifestyle and think it's a bit weird, but like I think to go out and really let loose with camera phones around, you can't really do that anymore. As in, like, if you're well known. So it's having a place where you can have a few pints, a dance, a sing, get a bit silly, and not worry about it being on TikTok the next morning.
And did you also build kind of a church?
Yeah, I built a chapel in my garden. Again, same thing. Like I had a few people in my life pass away, some of whom were like cremated, and there's no place to actually like visit them. So it's sort of half for that, and then half for like just going to remember people, and again, not being filmed in a private, emotional moment. So it's a good, and also for life events, my security guard got married there, and it's there. It's a really, really nice space. We do Christmas carols there at Christmas and Easter, and it's just a good. It's like a family place.
Are you a qualified celebrant? I did celebrating your wedding now would be.
I did get the thing on the internet where you can like sign up to it. So I definitely was like not ordained. It's not like properly ordained, but I was allowed to at least host the
MC
ceremony. Yeah. Because I don't know if you can actually have a legal ceremony in my chapel. I have to make it public for a year. I don't want to do that.
Defeats the purpose.
Fellas doing their communion and all.
Talk to us about the new album, mate.
Do you know what? It started when I was in America. I'd made an album just after my friend had passed away that was all about like grief and depression, and it was very heavy, very sad. And then I was in America straight after that. I had this court case that was really public, and once that ended, all the kind of clouds cleared and it all seemed quite fun again, music. So I just started creating fun music. I moved to India for a little bit and worked with a load of amazing musicians out there. But it's very much an album that's like inspired by celebration and fun, and it's definitely the most explorative I've got on a record, if you can even call it that. I'm not saying it's like art house, but you know, I would have never used a tabla on a record before this record.
But I suppose like as a musician you always want to be moving somewhere. You always want to be...
Yeah, you always wanted to be doing something different. As I said, like even doing something like today, I always want to be doing something that's a little bit different. If you're covering old ground, people always say like to me about my first album that they wish I would make an album like that again, but I think as an artist you can't do the same thing twice, and even if I would make the same album again, they probably wouldn't like it because that albums are connected to memories and times, and people like my first record because it reminds them of their first summer learning how to drive, or the first summer they fell in love, or their first kiss, or like their first heartbreak, or it's memories that connected to records. And I think if you can't replicate people's nostalgia again.
First gig I went to with my wife.
Yeah? Where'd you come to?
Your first one at the Tree Arena, just after A-Team, and you need
had come 2013,
out.
I remember
Passenger
that.
was support.
I remember that. We filmed Hearts on Fire in the... Yeah. I was wearing I had a like camo hoodie that I never took off. I remember that really well. And I lost my voice. I always used to lose my voice when I came to Ireland because I get too excited day one. Go out until like, 7 o'clock in the morning drinking Guinness, smoking cigarettes. And
do you find it hard to keep yourself right when you're gigging?
Now, not so much. I've got 2 very young kids and I'm pretty healthy. I'm not really drinking at the moment and smoking, and I'm pretty like in a routine. Like my daughter woke up today at 5:30 and I opened my eyes and she was just staring at me, and I guess we're getting up. I can't do that on sessions.
But surely you can be like, I'm not doing the dishes, I'm Ed Sheeran.
Doesn't really fly like that. Doesn't really fly. And I don't
kids, I don't know. But
I don't think you want to be in a marriage like that. If you are a well-known pop star, I think you need someone to ground you. Otherwise, you just turn into a maniac. And that's what I think key living where I grew up as well has very much like. I think if I lived in Los Angeles, your ego is allowed there. And then because I got famous when I was a teenager. that just compounds for like 15 years, and then you start doing weird stuff that then is just allowed.
Yeah.
And then that gets weirder and weirder, and then by the time you're 60, you're like shitting in a pint glass and it's normal.
Well, people are always seem to be surrounded by people who are like,
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You can imagine if there was like a big rock star here that shat in a pint glass, people would be like, well, he's eccentric.
Frame that.
yeah, he just does that. Yeah.
New album, Shit in a Glass. There it is, boy. Number 1 in the charts. Oh, man.
Talking about your live shows and stuff, like we've seen you, we've been lucky enough to see you in Vicar Street, and we've seen you in Tree Arena, and we've seen the stadiums and stuff as well. Is it daunting when you first went from like arenas to stadiums?
Totally,
and
yeah.
it was you and the loop pedal and the guitar.
It's been taught in every leap. So like pubs to small theatres to big theatres to arenas to large arenas to stadium. It's all daunting. And then once you get to stage, I remember the first Wembley I playing it, so nervous, and then got off stage and was like, oh, it wasn't that bad. And then it's kind of normal from then.
Yeah.
And then every gig is just fun, and there's never a part of your brain that says you can't do this. Which I think is nice once you've sort of broken down all those barriers and you're very free to. That's why it's more just as fun doing these now, just turning up and doing it. I really like the fluidity of playing wherever I want, be it massive or small.
And I assume you just do it for your own crack in that, like the last time you came to Dublin, you did Vicar Street, Whelan's, and the stadium, which is in 3 nights. Was that something you planned or just something you wanted to do?
Well, Vicar Street I think is my favourite venue. Like it's just I think it's the perfect venue. And Whelan's is more, that's where I decided I wanted to be a singer-songwriter, so that's like tied into my history. And Croke is Croke. So I mean they all have like a really special part of my career and history and childhood, to be honest. So it's always nice to do them. And I love tour. Like my promoters have always been very heavy on touring Ireland rather than just playing Dublin. I love going around Ireland and playing around. It's fun.
You've done what? You did Cork, Limerick, Galway. You did a whole runaround. Yeah. And the decision to do a stadium with just you and the loop pedal. Like, did anyone say like that's mental? Are you the first person to do that?
Yeah, well, I don't really
know anyone else. Yeah,
the loop pedal isn't that common, so yeah, I guess so.
Even the first person to do a stadium with just a guitar. Since like Bob Dylan or something.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want to call it. There's definitely someone online that would know. But no, I think it definitely was I think it was a big decision moving to arenas. I think once you've done, because at the point we moved to a stadium, we were doing like 5 arenas in a city, and it just made sense to move there just logistically. But yeah, it was definitely daunting for the first one. But it's kind of the same. It's good. You're entertaining people. Yeah, it's just there's a larger mass to entertain when you're playing in a stadium, and I'd say you don't get away with playing B-sides and new songs. You go with the real slappers.
But is it weird coming off stage, having done a stadium on your own, and then like I don't know, if we do gigs, there's us and there's a whole band, and it feels like, because now you've done stadiums with a band, and you kind of share it with people.
Well, not even because we don't have the same dressing room. I think because I've been a solo artist since I was a teenager, I'm quite a solitary human and I think I definitely struggled with that earlier in my career when I was like 23, 24, but mostly because my crew were in their 50s and didn't want to go out. I just ended up sort of going out on my own and getting into predicaments. But I brought my mates out on tour for the Divide tour. So half of my mates they were in between university and jobs. So they just came out for a couple of years and we had a ball, like a real ball.
And do you try and give your mates jobs on tour? Or?
I mean, half of them actually stuck with tour. Yeah, my tour manager at the moment is my best mate Lauren, and then Josh, my other best mate, works in catering. Nick is here; he's a videographer. He has his own company.
Class.
Yeah, they've all kind of gone to. I still work with them, which is nice.
Yeah. I want to ask you about the rotating stage.
Yeah,
this is just the first. Does that get dizzy?
No.
I noticed it. My wife said that to me smart. She was like, you ask him about that.
I think it's too big to get dizzy. I think if it was smaller, I'd get dizzy. But yeah,
can you speed it up?
Yeah. Well, it's on full speed. The first gig actually in Dublin, it didn't work. So we had like 40 guys underneath the stage in crew pushing it around. We have footage of it for the whole show. These lads, I mean, they're big lads. And they're like pushing it around for the the whole gig.
What?
Yeah, the only time
That's brilliant.
Eminem was the only one who said like we didn't want to use it. He like made us stop it. So
Okay,
when
right.
you watch it, we actually just stood still, which is the first time on the tour that anyone
The stage
stood still
didn't
on
move.
it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, in fairness, you would listen to Eminem.
I didn't even question it. It was just like, I don't want it to move. I'm like, cool, fine.
Have you ever thought about trying like anything else crazy like that for live shows? As in like rotation, popping up or any of that? Like no.
See what Pink does and all.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get away with the trapeze. We did talk about it, you know.
Yeah.
We did talk, but you have to wear like this giant
It's
set
expensive.
of underwear.
We did it in
You
Tree
did it?
Arena. Yeah, came down from the roof.
Hurts your balls, man.
Does.
Yeah.
And we had to go to the UK for training as well. And the
Yeah.
training was basically just like we thought it was going to be the height of the Tree Arena, and then when we got there, it was like a room around this size. Your man just put us up like 3 meters. I was like, "How does it feel?" I was like, "Fine, we're 3 meters up." It was like on the night. So yeah, we tried that, and we tried the pop up thing as well. But we thought it'd be like, you know, we thought we'd get shot up in the air.
No, you have to jump with it, don't you?
Yeah, but they kind of looked at the side when I was getting on it. Your man was like, "Whoa, getting more weights on it."
I've only ever done the pop-up thing once with 50 Cent brought me out to sing Shape of You, but it was like so not what the 50 Cent show needed. And I popped up, I sung Shape of You, he stood next to me and was like, yeah, and all of the crowd were like, we came to see many men, not. But if you asked us, mate, if 50 Cent asked you to sing at the show, you're going to do it.
Sing, yeah, 100%. That's brilliant.
But I suppose your music doesn't need it, like.
What, the pop-up? I think you always need some gimmicks in a stadium just because each time someone goes to a stadium, it's like this week they would have seen Oasis, next week they'll see Coldplay, the next week they'll see Taylor, then they see Rihanna, and then they see BTS. And there's always fireworks, there's always this. So you have to have some elements so people don't go, that was a cheap show. So we have lots of fireworks, we have lots of flames, we have some pyrotechnics, and then obviously we have the circular stage. On the next tour, we've got a couple of stage tricks, but nothing that takes away from the actual loop pedal show. It ticks the boxes of the ooh, you know, like the oh my god, there's fireworks at the end of the show.
Well, for Icy Fire, have you thought about like bringing out a lot of hobbits or anything?
What would you describe as a hobbit?
I've just read a lot of Tolkien, man. I don't know.
I feel like I really would have fit in.
Ones.
I would have fit in that movie as a hobbit. I really feel like if I lived in another world, I'd live in a hill.
In the Shire.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, they're making another one, you know. Have you read they're making one on Gollum?
There you go.
Are they?
Yeah, I read that there's a sort of Gollum thing. Can you Google that? That's a.
Is that how
Neil,
it
check that.
hasn't made that up?
Yeah.
I might. There is, yeah, cool. Good.
Could be your chance, Ed. Could be your chance.
Could be my chance.
Would you like to do something like that? Be in a film?
I think I would have been in The Hobbit because people have always called me a hobbit. But I don't know if I can be. I can't be in a Gollum film unless there's hobbits in the Gollum film. But I don't know. I pissed off enough people with Game of Thrones. So I can't just keep popping up places.
How did the Game of Thrones thing happen?
It was Maisie who played Arya. Had come to the first time I met her. Actually, was at that 3 Arena gig. She came when she was like 12, and the creators David and Dan had basically waited until the end to surprise her with me being a character because she had been a fan or was a fan.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it was a very harmless thing. Obviously, didn't go down very well. But I think that it wasn't just me that people were angry at. I think it was the kind of concoction of lots of things at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've had a teaser with the new album of Azizam and the 3 songs that are out. What can people expect from the rest of the album?
Well, those are the kind of big pop songs, and I think that after I'd written the big pop songs, I definitely balanced the record with more songs that people would like know me for: acoustic, slow, gentle. There's a couple of other pop songs on there. I did a dance tune with Fred that is good. Yeah,
that's good. That's
I like
good.
it.
I did a chance. I danced with Fred. That's good.
I like it.
I reckon it's going to be banging.
Do you look at the album and do you ever plan? I want to have some dance, some acoustic, some band.
I don't think you plan it, but I definitely got to the end of the album process October last year and then played it, and I definitely was like, there's too many upbeat pop songs on here, so I took a load off and balanced them out with slow acoustic songs because people know me for that. And I describe it as you go to your favorite Italian restaurant, you kind of want the same sort of thing, even if it's a little bit different every time, a bit of spice here and there. So I didn't want to like change it too drastically.
Okay.
But there's sort of something on there for everyone, I guess.
And are you conscious when you're going writing songs, if you talk about a topic, I've already talked about that?
Yeah, I'd say so. Apart from like love, but the thing is, love is so like layered that there's a song on the record that's about my relationship that's sort of perfect-y, but it's 10 years on from perfect, so it's a completely different feeling. It's more of a like, we've stuck through these difficult parts and now we're here, rather than everything's great and we're falling in love. And
as a former wedding singer, Johnny just wants to thank you so much for
thinking out loud as well. Man, I sang that 100 first dances at least. It went on really well. Oh, when people requested that, I was like, nice one, because it starts all romantic and then by the end everyone's
swaying.
swaying.
I think I sort of like backed myself into a corner song wise with Thinking Out Loud and Perfect, because forever after that I kept comparing every love song that I wrote to them, and if it wasn't as good as them, it wasn't on the record. So this is the first record that I've like broken out of that self flagellation, I guess.
I went for Tenerife, seeing myself in the church for
go.
my wedding. Yeah,
there you go. That's my favourite one, I think.
Yeah,
really? I love that one.
That,
I love playing that live as well. It's such a like nice song to play live. The whole stadium always goes quiet and stuff.
Seen you playing it in a boat.
Yeah, in Tenerife.
Yeah.
Burning.
The one thing I thought was, he's got no cover on that boat.
Yeah, no.
He's going to be burnt alive.
In between shots, there's a meme of me with a umbrella. In between shots. Yeah, I wasn't built for hot weather.
No, I can imagine that.
Even this outside is a bit too much for me.
Wexford, the sunny side. If you're getting burned in Wexford, man, don't go to Tenerife. And do you know, I always wondered about A-Team. That was the first single off the first album.
First single, yeah.
And like gritty lyrics.
Yeah.
And out of all the songs on the album that were all massive, how did you choose that one to be the first single?
I made a music video for it that kind of took off. And it was the first song that was played on radio. It was the first song that had sort of connected with people. And to be honest, it was going at the time.
Right.
So I got signed off the back of that song, and then that song blew up more. So there wasn't really a plan around it. There was actually a plan once I got signed to not push that because of what it was about. They wanted to go with a song called Grade 8, and A-Team had it built momentum. So it wasn't there was no industry plan around that. It wasn't like, this is our first single. It's just, I made a music video. It started picking up steam. I started selling out shows. At the end of the year, I signed a record deal. They then put that to radio, and then it blew up, essentially.
Yeah. Man, I'll never forget the day I was doing a gig in a pub and a guy came up to me and requested A-Team. And I was like, shit, I haven't heard that. It was just out at the time. We had to go and learn it, and then it killed.
Fuck.
Well, in the pubs of Tipperary.
So how many songs of mine do you think you've had to sing over the years?
Man,
Do you resent me?
No. Oh, cheers, lad. I made a lot of cash off
The revenue you were watching, he got paid through the books.
Man, thinking out loud, I made more cash off that than you, I'd say. I'll buy you a pint. Are you always playing music, or is there ever times when you're like, oh, I need a break, I'm not going to play for 2 weeks or a month? Or
Yeah, I watch a lot of movies. I go through phases of watching movies. I painted for a bit, so when I
houses?
Good. Yeah.
No, I mean, sorry, what you paint? Like sheds, houses?
Oh, no, like paintings.
Nice.
So I bought like loads of, when I finished Divide Tour, I bought loads of canvases, loads of house paint, and just splashed, then gave them to friends. Yeah, I did my first exhibition a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It was all for charity, and we raised
Very
about
good.
£1 million quid for it. So
Oh,
it was good. It went super well.
Fair play.
Wow. And what do you like to paint?
It's just splashes and colour, and I would layer like 30 different layers, and I only really made them for friends, and I'd just go around friends' houses and they'd be like above their kitchen table or something. But
That's nice though.
I gave it to a guy that owned a gallery, and he said, I'll sell these if you want for your foundation. And,
Wow.
And he did. So
That's amazing.
You tell us about the foundation.
Foundation is I set it up. They basically, maybe like 2017, 2018, my old music teacher and old art teacher came to my house and said, can I start giving them money for the school? Because the government had cut funding for music, art and drama.
This is the school you went to?
Yeah, down
Class.
to 700 quid between the three of them. Oh. And comparatively, maths was getting 20 grand. So 3 subjects getting 700 quid. It was kind of like nothing to be giving the arts. And so I started doing that for years, and I saw a real big uptick in kids from my school going on to university, playing music, becoming session musicians, getting more creative, like becoming composers for stuff. And so I started doing that in my home county for all the schools in my home county, and paying for music lessons and paying for instruments. And then we brought it nationwide in January, and essentially like it's the same with Ireland. Like Ireland's soft power in the world is culture. Like you go around the world, it's Irish singers, it's Irish movies, it's Irish art. Like those are the things that people talk about, they see, they're proud of. And in Britain it's the same, but the government are like actively defunding it. You have a lot of amazing things within Ireland that fund the arts within Ireland, that fund movies being made, or fund music videos being made, or fund music being made, but the government in the UK are like actively defunding everything. To the point where music isn't even a subject in schools anymore, and it's way more difficult to then get it up and running again, because then you have to rebuy all the instruments and you have to hire a new teacher and blah blah blah. So they're essentially eradicating the arts within UK schools. And what I'm trying to say to the British government is it's kind of the only thing that allows people to like us. People know the Beatles and they know Adele and they know Harry Styles and they know Stormzy and they would know my music and they would know whoever, like Sam Fender, Lewis Capaldi, like, and I'm like, if you take that away, what have we got? Yeah, like
it's an easy win. Like
no, and it baffles me, and also it's not just. I think that they think, oh, it's just pop stars, but it's not. Like I employ 150 people on my tour that are all British, that all work within the music industry, and then there's the people that work at the record labels, people who work at recording studios, people that mix, session musicians, engineers at session play. You know, it's an industry of like hundreds of thousands of people. It brings in 7.6 billion a year to the British economy, and it's not considered important. And I started the foundation to essentially put my money where my mouth is, because I was complaining about it so much. It's kind of working. Like I've had sort of back and forth with different people in government, but then they're getting like moved on different places, and it's just it is exactly what people say it is. It's like pulling fucking teeth, like, and everyone's like and then nothing. So I'm just going to carry on doing it. My goal for it is getting people in every area who are like me, someone like Sam Fender in Newcastle, for instance, or even like the Gallagher brothers in Manchester, or like there's people in different parts of the country that are very successful in their own field. And if everyone covers their own part of the country, then we're kind of sorted. But I've basically got to put my money where my mouth is first to show it works.
Fair play, man.
Well, we can see you're passionate about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of putting your money where your mouth is, are you a part owner of Ipswich Town?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say part. I own 1%, which is enough to like.
Wait, 1%?
1%, yeah. It's enough to like drunkenly interrupt an Amarin interview and not get bollocked by the chairman for it.
Love that. It's brilliant.
That was total accident, by the way. As soon as I walked in, I was like, oh fuck.
It's brilliant.
What game was it after?
Man United. It was his first game, and I'd seen Jamie Redknapp before the game, and he was like, come see me afterwards, I'll be on the pitch. And I was like, cool. And I'd had a bunch of Guinness, and I was walking down, I saw Jamie, and I was like, I'll just go and say hi. And I kind of put my arm around him, and I was like, oh fuck, they're entering. And it wasn't like they won either, so it wasn't like it was awkward.
I mean, you're passionate about it, because Liverpool, I'm obviously a Liverpool fan. They played Ipswich in the first game of the season, and you went for the first half, and then you left at halftime to fly to a gig,
and we were drawing the first half. What does that say?
You're the lucky charm.
Well, I went to most of the other games and we got battered.
Do you go to a lot of games? Do you go to a lot of games?
I went to almost every game last season. I think I can only make one this season because I'm moving to the States. I'm going to Bromley with my dad on Tuesday. When does this come out?
This come out Monday, week before the album comes out. So. Or Monday, September.
Yeah. What if some massive world event happens between now?
Yeah, it doesn't. I hope Ipswich lose all their games, and then this is going to be a fucking
is that
disaster.
A massive world event? So tell me this: do you know anyone that isn't a Liverpool or Man United fan in Ireland?
I have one mate who's a Sheffield Wednesday fan.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh, and I guess Niall's a Derby County fan, isn't he?
Yeah. And then
I've got Aaron Rose now, an Ipswich fan.
You've converted him.
He lived at my studio for like 2 months making his record, and I took him to all the away games.
Got him hooked.
Yeah.
There's a couple of like Aston Villa fans and Leeds fans from like back in the day, kind of like pockets of them. But
I like it.
Yeah, a lot of them
mostly United and Liverpool. Though,
a lot of us are glory hunters.
Yeah. Bit of Arsenal.
Yeah, a small bit of Arsenal. Away from music and stuff, I want to ask you about your tattoos. Do you have a favourite one?
I kind of say it's kind of one. It's just
all
one blob, yeah. My daughter drew a little bunny rabbit that I've got tattooed on my leg, and that was a year ago. She's drawn another bunny rabbit like a year later, so I'm going to get like through the years, Bunny Rabbits.
Nice.
So yeah, I like theirs. She did like a little old phone on my leg as well. Just
for the song.
yeah.
Class. Is that a Nokia? What is that?
Yeah, it's meant to be a BlackBerry.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
BlackBerry.
What was the weirdest thing? I mean, obviously you have your song old phone and you found your old phone. What's the weirdest thing you found on your old phone?
Oh, just like pictures and texts and emails, and there was like the very first email from Elton John from like 2010. That was quite cool. What was funny about that phone is like I obviously switched it off mid-argument with an ex-girlfriend, and so like I opened it up and it was in the argument, and I was like, well, fucking hell, yeah, I remember this. And I was sort of scrolling through, and like, 10 years later, I'm like, yeah, you got a point.
Oh, how are you?
Yeah, I sort of understood it in hindsight. In hindsight, but at the time I was like, what the fuck are you on about?
Yeah.
So when did you turn off the phone?
2015. I haven't had a phone since.
Yeah.
I've just been on iPad.
What made you want to turn it off?
I think the amount of people I was in touch with, I think that it was all throughout the day. It was just bing, 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 bing of people that I kind of knew or didn't know. And yeah, I was so available and so on it. And then I cut my contacts down to probably about 50 people. And now I actually reply to people and I actually speak to people. So
you have a phone?
No, I have an email.
An email.
I have an email, and I have different folders on my email. So I got urgent, music, personal, too long, didn't read. Seriously, shit goes and too long, didn't read. I have people in my life that send me these like long emails. I'm just like,
You're so lucky you don't get voice notes.
No.
Oh man, that's the killer. Like someone sends you a 3-minute voice note.
My wife loves a voice note. Yeah, double speed.
Yeah, double speed.
Wait, so have you got WhatsApp?
No, I have. I have a way to speak to my family that isn't any of those.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
yeah.
Cool.
Did you feel instantly freer, lighter after giving up the phone?
Yeah, well, I actually didn't have anything for about 9 months, so I just went without anything. I had a little, like a flip. It was called a Doro. I got it from Tesco's.
Yeah.
And so that had...
They're like a starter phone for people.
Yeah,
like
so that had my manager's number and my wife's number on. And I never texted on it. It was just to call. And then in maybe September 2016, I got the iPad. So it was very, very freeing in that time. But I kind of have to always be slightly on because I have to approve stuff all throughout the day, whether it's like artwork or a mix or this or this. So I have to be on email. Like in the car on the way here, I was on. But it's easier to... You can't really take an iPad with you to dinner, for instance. So I just would leave that at home and go and have a dinner with my wife. And
Because you think people in general... are like when you see other people like addicted to their phones.
Me and my wife went to this restaurant the other day. It was a 3-star Michelin restaurant, really posh restaurant. We went for her, was it brother's birthday, family dinner. Went to this really, really posh restaurant. There was a couple next to us watching movies on their phone.
Oh shit!
And I was like, this is new level rich to go to like a posh restaurant, not talk to your partner and just watch a movie. And you don't interact with anyone. They just bring the food and they just kind of...
Did they have earphones?
Yeah. Earphones in, both watching movies on their phone. It's impressive. It's impressive.
My God.
And I said to the waiter, I was like, does that happen a lot? He was like, you'd be so surprised that people just come in and just whack a movie on them.
Wow.
That's incredible. Jeez, they're definitely going to split up.
Yeah.
Christ. We have a quick fire round, Ed.
Cool.
So I want to ask you, who's going to win the Premier League?
This year, I think it's undoubtedly Liverpool, but I think Chelsea actually have a shot.
Yeah,
I think they've got a really strong squad. They took our striker, who he's good.
Happy enough. You're 1%. You weren't going to be like, no, he's not leaving.
We could have sold him for more.
Yeah,
we could have sold him for more.
Okay, hurling or football?
I like hurling, but I'd probably go, as in Gaelic football.
Yeah.
I'll go hurling. Yeah.
Joe Dolan or Elvis?
Dolan. Yeah.
Beatles or Stones?
So this is one has always confused me, and it's the same as like Oasis and Blur. It's like apples and oranges. You couldn't get two more different bands, and I think just because they're in the same era, people always compare them, but they're so different. I would go Beatles for experimental stuff. Yeah, but I love the Stones, but it's a totally different thing. It's the
I
same.
feel bad
Blur.
for asking now. Sorry.
No, but Blur. I always wonder like why people compare Blur to Oasis, and I think it's just they were out around the same time,
Had the rivalry.
and different classes, different parts of the country. Different. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. Anyway.
Favorite town in Ireland?
Gory still just reminds me of it. I mean, it's changed so much. I mean, the population there has gone from like 200 to 2,000. It's definitely like, but there's still the same places that I would have gone as a kid. Yeah. I wonder if Toy Master's still there, actually. But yeah, I think Gory.
Neil, Google it.
Probably is.
Maddest thing you've done while drunk?
I was sort of half asleep and drunk. I'd had a load of Cafe Patron, and I'd fallen asleep in my room, and I'd slept naked, and I went out to take a piss, but I'd walked out the hotel door, and then I was locked out of my hotel completely naked, and there was CCTV everywhere. So there was basically like room service, and I got the napkin and walked downstairs to the lobby. It was like 4:00 in the morning, and you could see the person behind the desk being like, "Are you?" And you're just, please, just let me back in my room. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
What do you eat for breakfast?
I don't like eating greens, so I'll make myself a green juice, and then I can avoid greens for the whole day.
You've got your 5 a day.
Yeah, so I bosh a green juice in the morning.
Bosh.
And a coffee, and that's kind of it.
That's it.
Okay, Honda Civic or Lexus IS200?
Neither, to be honest. I'm a Volvo man. I've got
Yeah.
a Mini and a Volvo. Yeah,
Nice.
I think the Mini. I love zipping around in the Mini, and it's easy to park. But I think the Volvo is the perfect family car.
Have you got that Jeep, that Volvo Jeep? Is it?
It's the
XC90.
Something 40.
Okay.
It's the electric one anyway,
Yeah,
but it
yeah,
goes like 200. I feel like I'm like sponsored by Volvo here, but it does a good mileage.
Yeah.
Where'd you go on your stag?
I love asking people this one.
Oh my god, it was Wolf of Wall Street themed.
Yes.
And they wanted to put me on a plane. All of our mates dressed up, and they put me on a plane. My manager had got this like small prop plane, but we flew for like 20 minutes, and we went to the UK. So we basically flew from Stansted for like 20 minutes just to be like, we're on a plane. Yeah. And then, oh man, it's fucking grim. It's grim. It's great. You know when you're just being like force-fed shots. And it was that. But like all of my mates' stag days have been different. I got married when I was 26, 27. So it was very much that sort of wedding. And then stag. And then all the stags since then have got more and more calm and like bit more relaxed. We did my mate Doug's, we went to Butlins
No way.
you know about Butlins?
Yeah.
And it was an 80s themed weekender.
Yeah.
And we saw Pearl Scam and Metal Militia, and anyway I dressed up as, you know, the artist Wizard.
Yeah.
And I had like this big beard and long white hair and sunglasses, and just off my nut. It was great.
A proper stag.
But mate, Butlins goes hard. I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had that on me list.
Yeah, I never thought I'd go to Butlins, and then when I was there, I was like, I need to come here more often. This is fucking awesome. Can you imagine a 90s weekender, like proper nostalgia?
Yeah.
Be great.
Are you listening to any Irish acts at the moment?
Well, Amble and Moncrief and Birds down here today, and Aaron, I think, is my favourite artist of the last like 3-4 years.
He's blowing up now.
Yeah. I met him at a Niles gig last August, and essentially kidnapped him and took him back to Suffolk. And he did a load of his album at my studio, and
he's been allowed out for the day. It's good that
do you know what, he hit me and he heard I was coming down, so I just picked him up and we're here. But he's like, I'm very, very excited about Aaron.
And your knowledge of traditional Irish music, of trad?
Yeah, well, I sort of grew up with it. That was like, as a kid, my dad's like main CD that we listened to was Planksty and Andy Irvine and Christy, Paul Brady's CD, and then the Van Morrison and the Chieftains record. So those were like the 3 cassettes that we would like always listen to. Like one of my first instruments I learned was a baron and bouzouki, and I sort of like grew up with all of that. I think that people are sometimes confused with songs like Galway Girl, I think, but it is the culture I grew up in.
Yeah.
You know?
You were a patron of the London Irish Arts Centre.
Yeah.
Do you get a chance to go down there?
Yeah, we do a load of fundraising stuff for them,
Class.
Yeah.
So you've been there, seen the acts play, you've played?
I played there, seen the acts played, been there. Yeah, we do a bunch of stuff. Me and Gary. So Gary Dunn, the guy that runs it, was the reason I use loop pedal. I saw him play with a band called Nizloppy. We got the Freedom of London together maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, he's great. He does amazing stuff for them.
I'm just wondering, like, you're so good with other artists, and like the likes of Aaron and the likes, like you seem to be helping everyone. Like, what advice would you have for someone who's just starting out now? They're just starting to write music, and you know that stage where they're writing songs and they're maybe afraid to show people.
Well, I think that's the point. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to be embarrassed. All of my friends, including the ones that I employ on tour, took the piss out of me. All of them. But dreams.
When you started?
Yeah, because dreams like that are silly. You know, that's not part of the like conveyor belt of life. If you go, I want to be a singer, people go, all right, okay. And I think it's embarrassing when you go, I want to be a singer, and then your first gigs are shit, your first songs are shit, and like everything about you is shit, and everyone laughs at you and go, you know, who do you think you are? But you have to fail to learn how to succeed. And if you write a bad song, you could then write another and another, and eventually they become good. The bad gigs become good gigs. You guys know this yourself. You get better the more that you practice. And I think that you have to like dare to suck to be a entertainer. And so I'd say like, don't sweat failure. Like, I have learned so much from failure, and I've learned nothing from success. When I'm on stage at Wembley Stadium, first time I sold it out, that's from thousands of times failing and picking myself back up again and trying, and then succeeding. You go, oh great, that worked, and then you do it again, oh great, that worked. But you're learning nothing from it. You learn from the failures. So and also, like, no one's gonna fucking do it for you. Write the songs, go and do the shows, and get better. And yeah, I think that I definitely wasn't great when I started out. I probably wasn't great when everything started rolling. I think I became great as pressure was put on, the gigs got bigger, and you sort of fill the shoes every time. But I always say to art, whenever people say that I'm lucky, I think I've always said luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And if you're like massively prepared when these opportunity moments come, you'll fly through.
You come across as somebody who works incredibly hard.
Continually, I'd still think that even at a level where you're this successful or whatever, you have to work probably more intensely than you did as a kid to keep it going. Like I'm writing. I was in the studio. I got home from tour yesterday morning. I was in the studio yesterday, and then went home to the kids, and then I'm here today. I'm back in the studio tomorrow, and then I got shows Thursday, Friday, and then I'm back in the studio Saturday finishing the record. And I think you still have to have the drive. But also, like, when I'm in the studio and I write shit songs, which I do, you don't sweat them as well, because you know that it's all part of the process. So I think that as anyone starting out, you're not going to write a song unless you sit down and write a song. You're not going to play a gig unless you get on stage. Don't sweat if it's embarrassing or shit. Just get through it, learn, do it again, get through it, learn, do it again, and it will improve.
What keeps you motivated now?
Honestly, like, being around people like Aaron, I feel excited again, and I feel inspired. And I'm looking at the way that what Aaron's doing and what Amber are doing, and it reminds me of when I was 19, 20, and the same fire and the same passion. And yeah, sometimes you forget that because it becomes very corporate very quickly, and that's why I love getting back to the nitty gritty of playing in pubs, seeing people, collaborating with people just around pints and stuff like that, and you remember why you love it. Because when you're in a sort of air-conditioned dressing room in the middle of nowhere in America playing in an arena, it feels like you're part of a machine. And I think it's good to do that, but then get back into real life as well. And
when you get so good at writing songs, and you could probably write a song in your sleep, is there a part of you that keeps reminding yourself to, like, scratch deeper, and you know, you want to be releasing a song, but like, I'm nervous about this, it's so honest,
I'm definitely nervous. There's a song that I've just put out, this song A Little More, that it's like, that feels like chucking a nuclear bomb into my personal life. Like, it's really very personal, and I was kind of like, do I even put this out?
Yeah, but that's living, man. That's
the reason to put out music. And those songs that you go about, like, I've had many songs like that where you go, oh, should I even be putting this out? And those are the ones that people connect to the most, because that's actually real feeling.
Yeah,
not like unadulterated, uncensored feeling. And I think that those songs are important to put out in amongst the happy love songs. You know, balance it out.
And
I'll play that now if you want.
Here we go. So, do you want to tell us the story with this song, or
no?
What's it called?
A Little More.
A Little More.
You think I was born to ruin your life, but you did Most of that before I arrived. Some things are broken when you open the box. So stop this. You've gone too far, enough is enough. I wish I didn't care this much, but I do. No one knows the half of it what you put me through. And I sometimes wonder, do you live with regret? Wish I could say I wish you the best. Cause I used to love you. Now every day I hate you just a little more. Life got better when I lost you. Now every day I hate you just a little more. And more and more. Blame it on your history and say it's not your fault. I can't call you crazy, cause you could be diagnosed. Oh, I used to love you. Now every day I hate you just a little more. And more and more. I wish that you would look in the mirror, cause if you did, you see the problem is you, cause you're a prick. I know that I'm your scapegoat whenever the rain falls, whenever you slip, or when you're in the dip. I was there to lean on when I was a kid, but now that I'm an adult I see it for what it is. I have to lock the door now, fuck building a bridge. Take all your apologies and put them in a bin. And for your dad's sake, please move out your dad's place. Stop bringing drama there with your mates. Your sister's got enough to manage on her plate, to worry about you controlling your age. And one day we'll all be dead, but between now and then I never want to see you again. I used to love you. Now every day I hate you just a little more. Life got better when I lost you. Now every day I hate you just a little more. And more and more. Blame it on your history and say it's not your fault. I can't call you crazy, cause you could be diagnosed. Oh, I used to love you. Now every day I hate you just a little more. And more and more. I wish I didn't care this much, but I do. No one knows the half of it what you put me through. And I sometimes wonder, do you live with regret? Wish I could say I wish you the best, but I don't. I used to love you. Now every day I hate you just a little more. Life got better when I lost you. Now every day I hate you just a little more. And more and more. Blame it on your history and say it's not your fault. I can't call you crazy, cause you could be diagnosed. Oh, I used to love you. Now every day I hate you just a little more. And more and more. Mm-hmm.
Ed Sheeran.
That's a fun bit of, as we'd say, there's a bit of cut in that. There's a bit of grit in that, man. And it's catchy.
That's
fucking hell.
A long time coming, that song.
Ed, that's a perfect way to finish, man. Thanks a million.
Thanks,
I
mate.
can't thank you
you
enough for coming on. Cheers.
Hey,
really
best of luck in the fly. You want to sing out there?
Yeah, I can't wait. Is it out there or in here?
It's in here.
In here.
In here.
Man, half of Wexford is outside.
I'm out here 10 years.
Hey, I'm Johnny B.
I'm Johnny Smacks.
And we are the two Johnnies.
Make sure you tune into our podcast every Monday on Spotify.
That's right, lads. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button. You get a few more. Good luck.